Renegade. That's a pretty intense picture. Probably a bit much for the family-friendly Nintendo. My parents would have lost a plot if I'd brought this home as a kid. They wouldn't tolerate anything like this. Anyway, you'll recognize this picture as the first level in the game. It says 2 AM is no time to be alone on the subway, and you're about to find out why. Really? Okay, well, let's put this thing in and find out. Okay, the game just drops you into the action. There's no intro, or no reason why you're fighting all these guys. Who needs reasons when you're Renegade? The game actually starts out pretty hard. You have to be careful of not being attacked on both sides and getting overwhelmed. Then, you jump on the subway, fight a couple guys, and you get straight back off. That was brief? Well, at least it leads you to the level 1 boss. Mr. K, you ain't tough enough for me. Mission 2, the Seafront. So, we now can see the game is, how should I put it, a bit crude? Some people call it the poor man's Double Dragon, but some people, more accurately, call it the grandfather of the beat-em-up genre. This game introduced vertical and horizontal movement in a scrolling environment, which we've all come to love. So, it's a pretty important game, and that's why I'm playing it. These bikes are cool. And this section where you're riding the motorcycles? That's brilliant! Double Dragon on the NES never did this, did it? It's so satisfying kicking people off their bikes and watching the bikes explode. Now for the level 2 boss. Looks like an enemy from Mad Max. And I really love the look of the car in the background. I'm not sure what it is, but earlier in the level we saw a Mitsubishi sign on the side of the road. It must be an old Mitsubishi Lancer or Galant. I don't know. I just really love that boxy style of car. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that. Mr. K, you ain't tough enough for me. I first thought this was the final boss saying this, but it's actually you. I think it's actually after the name of the game's creator. His name was Mr. Kishimoto. Mission 3. Whoa. Someone's taking the expression handbags at dawn too literally here. The one thing I've noticed, if you're really struggling in this game, just get a turbo controller and hold down the turbo A and B buttons to continuously jump kick. The enemies tend to come to you, and when they do, you can knock them down one by one. If you exploit this, you can get through large portions of the game without taking any damage, but it is a bit of a cheap way to beat the game. I've just noticed there's a sign in the corner saying beer. Right, let's head into this pub. What's it called? Taito? I think in this case Taito is Japanese for door. Anyway, let's head in. It's a pub alright. I guess we got time for a quick one. It would be rude not to. Mission 4. You start fighting these guys from the first level. What's different about this level is that it's a maze. You have to go in certain doors in a certain order, or you're stuck in this never-ending loop. There's even a room that has motorcycles in them. What's up with that? Mr. Kishimoto must have been a bit of a joker back in the day. He obviously didn't care what anyone thought. This is my game, and I'm gonna do it my way. The final boss is this guy in green. I don't know what his name is, or what he ever did to you. I guess it's not important. But what I do hate is these instant deaths. Can you imagine being a kid and getting this far, and then just getting blasted? I mean, fair enough, it's realistic, but talk about infuriating. Anyway, a turbo controller isn't gonna help you here. To beat this guy, it's all about the running punch. Working the enemy up and down the screen, similar to what you do at Double Dragon. When you defeat the final boss, that's it. The game suddenly ends. There's no ending cutscene or congratulation, it just ends. It's just an abrupt, unsatisfying ending. You're just cut off. It's over. So you actually never find out what's going on in this game. It's a mystery. This game is a bit of a crossover between Double Dragon and River City Ransom, so if you like these sort of things, I suggest you play it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this. and see you next time.